all. So I'm back in school already, and I'm in two classes right now, psychology and New Testament too. Talk about two totally different ends of the spectrum. What that means for you is that I will be inspired by two very different subject matters in the weeks to come. So brace yourselves. This week, I'm fascinated by the inner workings of the brain. What you may not know is that I struggle, like for real struggle, memorizing things. Angie and I play memory games all the time with about a 50% success rate. I wish I was kidding, but it's true. You guys see us together and she's laughing and you think it's because I'm funny? Nope, she's probably laughing at the ridiculousness of my brain. So my psychology class requires us to learn the different parts of the brain, and the area I found exceptionally interesting is the limbic system. The limbic system is important in both memory and emotion. It's incredibly interesting that memory and emotion are connected, and it explains so much. Angie can quiz me and quiz me and quiz me, but I started realizing that until I had an emotional connection to the information, it was like trying to memorize names and faces in someone else's yearbook. Which made me wonder why God gave her the database brain and I got the overanalyze everything to death, troubleshoot things 20 steps down the road before there's even a problem, and ooh, shiny, that looks like fun, brain. What's really funny is that Angie, Amanda, and I joke about the three of us sharing a brain. We often finish each other's sentences, wear the same color to work, often, plan dinners for our families and realize we're having the same thing, have the same ideas, think the same thing at the same time, text each other the same thing at the same time. I know it sounds weird, but it happens all the time, and it's really kind of cool. Angie remembers all the details, like who's sick and who's related to who 5 generations down. Amanda remembers all the mushy, we love you stuff and puts her heart right out there. What do I add to the shared brain? According to them, it's the analytical side, coupled with passion and vision. Oh, and supposedly the moral compass, but I don't know about that last one when we all tend to wave the shenanigan flag together at every opportunity. But we can analyze that later. For now, you may be asking, why are you telling me all of this? Well, in chapter 4 of Ecclesiastes, the author describes seeing all the oppression and sorrow happening in the world, chasing meaningless endeavors and envy. 2 are better than 1, because they have a good return for their labor. If either of them falls down, one can help the other up. But pity anyone who falls and has no one to help them. Also, if 2 lie down together, they will keep warm. But how can one keep warm alone? Though one may be overpowered, 2 can defend themselves. A cord of 3 strands is not easily broken. God created us different and to complement one another in our differences. However, right now, emotions are high all around us. One word can trigger an argument over economics, personal safety, or personal rights, and the list goes on. Our strands are unraveling. If you've ever pulled a rope apart, you might have noticed how the individual strands retain their shape from being wrapped around the other strands. These grooves are where each individual strand came together, supporting one another, making the other strands stronger and able to withstand the pressures pulling at them. However, you will also see that as you ripped it apart, you damaged each individual strand because they were meant to stay together, and each tiny tear and broken piece is irreparable. Angie and Amanda are only one example of people with whom I'm in community. We all have multiple interwoven relationships with work friends, school friends, church friends, friends' parents, and each one of them represents a strand in a cord of which we are a part. As I was thinking about all of these connections, I remembered the limbic system. Memory and emotion are connected. The question I had to ask myself is this: long after this crisis has passed, what memories and emotions are my words and actions doing to those strands? Are they pulling us together, or are they tearing us apart? What I realized is that for me to be a part of any strong chord, I have to love everyone. Not just my brain mates, but everyone around me. With First Corinthians describes love. Love is patient. Love is kind. It does not envy. It does not boast. It is not proud. It does not dishonor others. It is not self-seeking. It's not easily angered. It keeps no record of wrongs. Love does not delight in evil, but rejoices with truth. It always protects, always trusts, always hopes, always perseveres. Love never fails. So to all my fellow strands, stay strong and love well.